Well, it's time to take another look around the world of King's social media. So joining us as always, Carlin Bate. How are you doing today, Carlin?
I'm doing well as always. Jesse, how are you doing?
I'm excellent. Thank you. Weeks have started to string together and every
Oh,
day
yeah.
sort of looks the same. But this week we had a special day. We had Mother's Day.
We
So what
did.
what were our kings up to on Mother's Day?
Well, the Kings, they love their mamas. They were posting about it. They were showing some appreciation. And we've got a couple posts for Kings fans to check out in case they missed the post or maybe they're not on Instagram and all that jazz. So the first one is Anjay Kopitar's tribute to Enos. It was so adorable. He said, Happy Mother's Day. There's these cute little photos with her and her son and her and her daughter. And it's just so sweet. Just some nice, wholesome content from our captain. And
Yeah.
then what do you think about that? I mean, it's just like he's actually pause. My question for you is what do you think about all of his activity on social media just in general and the Mother's Day posts? I feel like he's been more active than ever.
Yeah, well, I think it's been interesting to watch him transform from oh gosh, I don't want to use the phrase a fur daddy, but isn't that what you call pet owners? They have their fur babies, right? So he had Gustel for years, right? And
Sure.
now he's got right now we're starting, his kids are starting to get a little bit older. We're starting to see more of his family. It's an
Yeah.
interesting transformation. I like it. Not that
Yeah.
we don't love Gustel. We love you, Gustel.
A fur daddy.
I wish I
Dog
hadn't said it
lover
already.
Dog lover doesn't cut it.
You know, I'm trying to stay young and relevant. What can I tell you?
Fur daddy, love it. Let's roll with it. Next up, we had Cole Holtz, who posted this awesome picture with three extremely important women in his life, and that's just nice, wholesome content. Again, I mean, what do you expect? It's Mother's Day. We're showing appreciation to multiple mothers in our lives, and it was just a great post from him. Jesse, what do you think?
I think Cole Holtz is going to be one of those players that the more you learn about him, the more you fall in love with him. Right? We've seen him interviewed. We've seen, he won the Defensive Player of the Year, the Big Ten Player of the Year. We've heard all the rave reviews from prospect coaches and from his coaches throughout his career, and he seems like a genuinely solid dude. So
Yeah.
nice to see more of that.
How excited are you about him too? Because I know you do a lot of work behind the scenes, talking to coaches and people that have watched these players play in person. And what do you think about him?
I'm pretty excited based on what I've heard. I'm kind of expecting him to crack the lineup next year, but we'll see.
There we go. All right. This is my favorite Mother's Day post. It's Ben Hutton and his mom, Janet.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to talk about a couple things.
All right.
One of them, actually, let's just talk about the one thing, the bandana.
Yeah.
It's got little tiny Canadian flags on it. If you zoom in, I want to know where he got it. If that flow is current, if that was an old photo, or if that was from last week. I need to know. I have all these questions. Is that his pool in the background? What's going on? But it's Ben Hutton and his mama Janet.
Yeah, look, I respect the bandana game. When I was a younger man, I had a ponytail, and I spent a lot of time in a bandana. And my favorite bandana was an American flag bandana. In fact, I have one. Well,
is there a photo?
Within 10 feet of me right now? No photos of me in the American flag bandana, but I have one still to this day. So I like Ben Hutton showing off his Canadian pride on a bandana. The thing that stuck out to me in the photo was the above ground pool. I'm just sort of obsessed with above ground pools.
I feel like that's a thing over that far east. That's like a thing. I don't know why, but growing up in Maine, there were a crap ton of above ground pools everywhere. Is there?
My friend's sister-in-law just got one, and I'm fascinated. I don't know.
We have a lot of questions after this, don't we?
Yeah, we do.
Matt Luff again, and again. His TikTok.
If we're talking about social media, we're talking about Matt Luff.
He's never going to not crack this lineup of social media Roundup. And this week, or on May 5th, Matt had a birthday. He's 23 years old, and he did his own kind of birthday celebration TikTok to this Nickelback song. And it's just this journey through his first 22 years of life. And Jesse, starting by the age of like maybe 4, he just becomes Matt Luff. It like morphs into the face that like is just like it's him.
Yeah, it's clearly Matt Luff. Yeah.
Pick him out of a lineup of photos from his childhood days. Like, how cute, how fun.
Is there a way to change the word influencer to take out the flu part of influencer and put in Luff? Like, can you be an influencer?
Influencer. Nope.
Yeah, something like that. All right.
But
Well,
maybe we
somebody
can see what
smarter
we
than
can
me
do.
can work that out.
Work a name into something
Yeah.
to make it so we can just call him something.
Right.
He needs his own segment, honestly, because he's a content production house.
I hate to do it, but we could just call the segment "We Love Social Media."
Yeah. And always make sure we highlight his
Yeah.
stuff. Oh my gosh. Anyway, great video. And if you're not following him on TikTok, Kings fans, make sure you do. And the final piece of the social media roundup here, it was Quick. Jonathan Quick. He's nominated for Save of the Year for the NHL's Fan Choice Awards. And you can vote by going to lakings.com/vote. This save, Jesse, it was during a game against the Pittsburgh Penguins. And you think he's going to stop it one time, but then he just goes and does Jonathan Quick things and does it again. And it's just like, what the heck, man? What did you think?
Jonathan Quick things is the perfect description for it. You know, people have accused him of being a Jedi. You know, we talked to Jim Fox recently about the Kings and the 2012-2014 Stanley Cup runs, and he was talking about how he's hesitant, generally speaking, to award a goalie the Conn Smythe Trophy because you can't win the Stanley Cup without excellent goaltending, and so a goalie has to really elevate their performance and really stand out in his mind in order to earn it. And if I remember correctly, his take was that Jonathan Quick 100% earned it in 2012, and every now and then he'll pull into that, you know, bag of tricks and pull out a save like that and just remind us all of why he is Jonathan Quick.
It's unbelievable. Yeah. And Jedi is kind of the perfect word there. Didn't even think about that.
Well, there's that one save where the puck was fluttering in at a weird angle. It beats him and it hits the ice behind him, but before it goes in the net, because it's fluttering, the trajectory sends it the opposite direction instead of into the net. So
Jedi.
Yep, exactly.
Yep. That's all I got for you, Jesse. That's it for this week.
Well, that's all we need. We want to thank you as always, Carlin.
Thank you, sir. I'll see you next week.